Goodbye.
Bye for now.
Okay, it's been decided that we're going to separate for a minute because when Steve's bike fell over in the mud, his handlebars bent and he has to hold the handlebars crooked. I was thinking maybe we could just knock it back into place, but Steve found a mechanic guy that realized that the problem was the handlebar risers. One of them is bent backwards, or probably it's the retention bolt that holds the riser is bent. So one bar is, or one clamp is back here, so the handlebars are turned, skewed to the left. The plan is Steve is going to get on I-40 and drive an hour east into Albuquerque, where there was a shop that was recommended to him to take it to. I hope that they can fix it quickly. I have a bad feeling about that idea. Anyway, I'm not going to get on I-40 to go east because this bike's not really no good on the interstate. So the plan is I'm going to forge ahead, and when I get to Cuba, I will check in with him where he's at, and if he's lucky, then maybe he's on his way to meet me in Cuba. If not, then maybe he will catch up with me later tonight. The other thing that's making me a little nervous is I was scoping out all the tracks and all the notes that the person that created this tracks left, and there's comments about mudslide, muddy, washout. Not totally thrilled about attempting that stuff by myself. I like having the support of another person. Help pick the bike up or just for encouragement. So I'm going to see how far into it I can go. I don't want to get too far into it and then attempt to turn around because I don't know if I'll have gas to make a big loop. But there are at least one bailout point where I can get off and where I could reroute and get on the like a paved highway. And then if I end up in Cuba early, I guess I could just wait.
So far so good. I've been on the road about 30 minutes and just been climbing and climbing. I don't know exactly the peak I'm on right now. Maybe I can figure that out, but I did check Steve's GPS tracker, and he's already made it to Albuquerque. So maybe we'll get an update soon. It's beautiful out here.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Missed the turn. When I stopped at that overlook, I had perfect cell service. And I got a text from Steve, and he said he is at the motorcycle shop and they have fit him right in. So that's cool. Which means if it doesn't take that long, then I might need to shortcut some of this to meet him at Cuba so he's not sitting there for 3 hours waiting for me. But we'll see, because I was analyzing the route while I was parked. There's a marker up ahead that says possibly private. So I'm going to try to make it that far to see if that is closed or not. And that is also pretty much right where I would detour to take the ride around alternate. So I'm just curious. It's not that far out of the way, so I'm going to go look and see if it's open or closed, just for posterity. Hernandez Company, private property, authorized personnel only. Let me see what this sign says up here. Something about yeah, this is where there's a marker that says private, but I don't know if that means that the road is public and the land on the sides of the road are private. That road goes nowhere. So this road that cuts through does not have okay. Well, that decides it. I believe I was up on those peaks, one of those peaks up there, and then came down around behind those closer mountains and hills, and then around and then down that road, looping back. I'm now taking the detour. Still know about going through a road that says it's private. The gate was open, but that doesn't mean I wouldn't get 50 miles into there and it stops. I just met a dude on the side of the road. He was working on his kind of like a homemade three-wheeler. Real nice guy. He says he lives right over there. And if anyone ever needs help, go see him. But he said, go through the road. He said the road is fine. It's open, and it's not difficult. He said the sign is just for the ranch land. So I'm heading back. I really wish I'd recorded that short conversation with that dude. He was so friendly. And he he was working on like the chain on this homemade three-wheeler. It looked like it had something like a Suzuki 500cc street bike motor or something. And gas tank with like straight sport bike handlebars kind of, and then a motorcycle front end, and then the rear end was like a pair of little small ATV wheels. And he says that when he rides this road, he does 100 miles an hour. Anyway, he said it's just a dirt road, a little rough, and he said it might be a little muddy. Went straight into the entrance of the ranch this way, and I'm trying to find this road going north, but I don't see it. I don't see a road. I'll be damned. I'll look one more time, but I don't think this is going to happen. Zoom way in. All right. We get here. We turn left. Maybe this is it. Still not sure I'm on a road. Alright, this is it. It is muddy. No. This is just like barely dried mud. I'm not going to do that for 80 miles. Nope. So after getting home and thinking about what happened here when I was editing this video, I took a closer look in Gaia and on Google Maps, and it turns out I definitely did miss a turn, but I was following the track, and I can't remember if this is a Kevin track or a Cannon shot track. I think it might be a Cannon shot track at this point. I sort of had them both loaded in my system, but that track actually took me straight into private property, right into inside the gates of that ranch. If you notice, I didn't take very long. I should have looked harder at where I was on the map, because as you can see on the map on the left, where the red X is, that's where I continued into the private property. But I should have, and there may have even been a sign that I just missed and drove past, but I should have taken that northern route. What does that say? San Lucas Road. If you look at the photo on the right, you'll see that that road or the one beside it connect up to the track past that ranch. And I'm really disappointed that I didn't catch this at the time, because while the road ride I took, the ride around on pavement, it had some good scenery, but a lot of it was kind of boring. And looking at what was on the rest of the route on the track, it looks like I missed some really cool stuff. If you're watching this and you're planning a ride, I hope you learn from this. Don't get discouraged by that private property, because there is a road around it. The band is back together again. Steve just got here from Albuquerque, got all fixed up. Here we go.